Hello. In this video, we will cover how to use starting and ending scripts, as well as pause scripts. Starting and ending scripts are added in your G-code file, which is made and set by your slicing software, such as Simplify 3D or Cura. Most slicers have the command G28 in the starting script. G28 is the home all command. When this command is run on 3D Potterscara printers, the printer will make a 360-degree rotation spin. If you have hoses or other equipment attached to the printer, this may not be desired behavior. The solution is to remove G28 from your starting script. This will have the printer start the print file right away and not perform a home all maneuver. However, the printer still must be homed before the print file is started. To do this, turn the printer on and press the Home All button on the main dashboard. You can then start the print file when you would like to at a later time, such as after attaching hoses or an auger system to the distal arm. Here on screen, we are selecting a print file and starting it. Since G28 is commented out, the printer does not preform a home all maneuver. The print file starts right away. The nozzle is moving to the first line of G-code using absolute positioning. It is important to understand the difference between absolute positioning and relative positioning. G-code files normally run in absolute positioning mode, which is set by the command G90. While in the absolute position mode of G90, the printer goes to directed coordinates from the G-code file. Here is an example. Let's say that the print head is currently at X200 and Y400. The next line in the G-code file says G1, X800, Y400. Because we are in the normal absolute position mode, the new head position is now X800, Y400. This is how a normal G-code file works. It has line after line, each telling the printer a coordinate position to go to. Now we will talk about the pause file. Generally, the pause file uses G91, which is relative mode. Same as the previous example, let's start with the print head at X200, Y400. In the pause file, we have the following lines of G-code: G91, G1X800, G90. This changes the mode to relative, preform a move of X plus 800, and then change the mode back to absolute position. Relative mode defines the type of move. The printer will move a distance relative to its current location. When these lines are executed, the head position will end up at X1000. It has moved plus 800 distance from its current location. It is not at coordinate X800. This is very useful for pausing a print. You can manually set what this pause script does, be it a positive or negative move command in the X or Y axis. Now, let's see a real-world example of a pause script running. In about 5 seconds from now, when the green text changes to yellow, the following pause script will run. As you can see, the head position approached the camera when the pause file was run, as that is what is programmed in the pause file. The rezoom file is run when you press the rezoom print button. On screen now is the default rezoom command. It instructs the printer to go back to the last run command from the G-code file and then rezoom the print. This file is also customizable. Now for the ending script, which is set in your slicing software. If you put nothing in the ending script, the head position freezes in place at the end of a print. This may not be desired behavior if you are running a cement pump or other equipment. We recommend you add something to the ending script, such as something similar to the pause script. For all scripts and files, you must ensure you do not violate the boundary of the available print area. The printer will try to go to the user's requested coordinate position, be it from your G-code file or from your pause script move. You must ensure that the head position does not leave the available print area. Here is an example of an incorrect pause or ending script that cannot be used with the object's current location. If the print ends right now, or if you run the pause script, you cannot have it set to a Y negative value. This will violate the boundary of the available print area. One possible solution is to have the print end with the head position in a different location, as well as changing the ending and/or pause script. As shown here, there is available room in the positive X direction, so the ending and pause scripts should reflect this. Make sure that when placing your objects in the slicer, you are using the correct profile that shows the available print area. You can also use the STL files available on our website that directly show the print area. Now, let's see a real-world example. We are going to print 3 objects. Object 1 has a starting and ending script. Object 2 has no starting or ending scripts. Object 3 does have a starting script and a fancy ending script that goes in between all of the objects. This is the coordinate location of the 3 objects we will be printing. As you can see, the leftmost object is at x0, y -1000. The starting scripts will have the head position approach the object from a distance of 300 millimeters away. Let's start the first object. Right away, the starting script is running. The head position moves to 300 millimeters away from the object, and then the entire G-code file is ran. At the end of the file, the ending script is ran. This will move the head position away from the print. As you can see, the same line of G-code is in the starting and ending script. Since there are no Z movement commands, the head position does not change height from its last position. For all 3 of these object prints, we will not be turning off the extruder pump. This will be showcasing a real-world error on Object 2, which has no ending or starting scripts programmed. Object 1 finishes, and the ending script is ran to move the head position out of the way. We are now selecting Object 2 to start printing. There is no starting script, so the head position makes the most direct line to the start of the G-code file. If this is done, it may crash into something or even the Roadrunner track itself. You must always be aware of the nozzle travel path. The printer will go exactly where you tell it to go to in your G-code file. If you tell it to crash the nozzle into the rail, it will execute what it is told to do. The G-code file is ending, and with no ending script, the head position freezes in place, ruining the print. This is why we recommend using an ending script. Object 3 has now been selected to print. It is using the same starting script as Object 1. Just like with the start of Object 2, the head position takes the most direct route to the next line of G-code. In this case, it is the starting script location of Object 3. All of these starting and ending scripts used absolute positioning, G90. If you wish to do so, you can use relative positioning for the ending script, G91, which is also used in the pause file. Now we will run the longer ending script, which goes in between the objects. Writing more lines of G-code in the starting or ending scripts gives you direct control over the head position's travel path. This can allow you to go around obstacles such as already printed objects or the Roadrunner track. Here is a visualization of the ending script. After the print is done, you can remove the starting script line, as well as any extra extrusions that occurred at the end of the print. Depending whether or not you are using spiral mode, the first layer may have over-extruded. You can trim around the base of the object if it is needed. Thank you for watching.